I went out to say hello and tell him thanks for renting to me, that I appreciated that. He was very friendly, said he was sorry I was leaving, etc., and if I needed anything to let him know. Checkmate. I asked him if he had a few minutes to come in and do the security deposit inspection. He said sure, and we went into my place together. As we were walking around looking at things, he was all positive. Yup, looks great. Yup, no issues there. Then we came to the water heater. I paused dramatically and gravely said, I hope we can come to some kind of understanding about the floor around the water heater. I opened the closet doors and showed him. I told him what I'd been doing to fight the leak. I pulled up the sopping wet towels I had put down the night before, and I told him I have had experience with mold and that it was nasty stuff. He got quiet and said, Have you told Giselle about this? Why, yes, I did, and here are copies of the emails I sent to her. He read them and then noticed I had kept them in a file folder. He looked at me and said, Are there other things that haven't been fixed? I showed him a few other emails I had collected. He got beet red in the face and said, Okay. I think with what I have seen, I'm fine with releasing your full security deposit. In that moment, it struck me. I had one more rent check due, $750. How about instead of me writing you a check for $750 and you writing me a check for $500, I just write you a check for $250 and call it even? He shrugged and said, Sure. He signed the paperwork and then left. A few days later, I dropped my check for $250 in the mail slot. Later that evening, Giselle pounded on my door, foaming at the mouth about how I didn't write a full check. She can get me evicted if I don't write a check for the full amount right freaking now. I explained, conveniently omitting that the owner had done the inspection, that $750 less my security deposit of $500 was the $250. Giselle's eyes widened as her brain tried to comprehend what I had said. She nearly exploded, yelling at me about, That's not how things are done, and you have to obey the rules like everyone else, and she has final say because she does the inspections. Friends, she literally had spittle flying out of her mouth. She was so enraged. I calmly told her that the owner had done the inspection and signed off on the payment arrangement, and told her to talk to him, and to get off my porch and quit bothering me, and I very slowly closed the door on her. Again, her brain froze, and she went into lockdown trying to process what I had just said. That was an image I'll remember forever. Before I moved out, the owner came by to ask if he could come in and fix the water heater for the next tenant. I said sure. As he was working, we talked a little, and he mentioned that his daughter was moving into my place, and that she was going to take over the on-site landlord duties. I asked about Giselle. The owner simply said she's going to be moving out. She decided she couldn't afford to pay the full rent anymore.